Hello. Okay, so today is day 8 of this thing. Ignore my hair. It was like up today. I know it's like super curly because it was humid. But today's day 8 and it's 13 favorite things you love to hate or are afraid of. So here goes this. Number 1 is bad grammar and spelling. I hate bad grammar and spelling. It's terrible. I mean, obviously everybody makes mistakes, but I hate it even when I do it. Like, I'm disappointed in myself and I feel like a failure. But I really hate it when people say a whole nother. That's not it. It's another whole. I hate it. When people are redundant, like ATM machine. The M in machine stands for machine. Automatic teller machine. Like, you don't need automatic teller machine. That sounds dumb. That sounds so stupid. And then I hate it when people say would've, could've. It's would have. Like, you just abbreviate, you say would've, like WOULD''VE. Like, it's not would've. And then I hate it when people don't have quantity agreement. I don't know what it's called, but I was reading a tweet, and someone tweeted something was like, here's the deadlines for blah blah blah. And when you're reading it, here's the deadlines for blah blah blah. It sounds good, but deadlines is plural, therefore your verb needs to be plural. Are. It's not is. Like, they is good. Deadlines is due. Deadlines are due. They are good. Okay, anyway, those are some things that bother me. I don't like it when people are bigots. I don't like the practice of bigotry. It's stupid. Like, why do you hate gay people? There's no reason. You just don't like it because you don't like it. There's no reason. Unless they did do something to you, like unless a gay person murdered your family, fuck, that I can understand. You can hate gay people, although I would argue not all gay people are going to do that to you. But whatever. I mean, I guess I'm being a bigot by hating bigots. Oh, well, now I'm not going to talk anymore because I feel dumb. I don't like ignorant people. Like, obviously I understand some people aren't going to be as smart as other people, but that's not what I mean. I mean, like, ignorant. Like, people who are just fucking ignorant. Like, do you know what I mean? People who will say, like, stupid shit and you're like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, I mean, I'm sure everybody knows that, and if you don't, then you're probably the person who does. But, like, I don't hate bashing my sister, but, like, she's just so, she'll say stupid stuff. Like, she won't even ask stupid questions, just say stupid shit. Like, today, this kid in school was a boy wrote with a pink pen. That's a great fucking story. Like, what the, like, shut up. Or she'll ask me stupid questions like, if I get pregnant and I have sex, can my baby get pregnant? Like, fucking no. I mean, if she was uneducated sexually, like, didn't get sex ed, I could understand, but she has. And, like, that is just also, she should know that that's fucking impossible. Like, I don't know. I can't think of any other good examples right now, but just people who will say ignorant things, or, I don't know. People who are rude for no reason. Rude behavior. I don't tolerate rude behavior, as my godfather would say and has said. But people who are rude, there's no reason to, if you're having a bad day, you don't need to take it out on someone else. I mean, maybe I'm more patient than most people, but I generally don't tend to do that. And if I do, I'll be like, I'm so mad, can I talk to you about something? I just need somebody to vent to, but I'm not mad at the person. I mean, especially, maybe it's just because I've always had, like, a job. Like, maybe it's because, you know, you can't, if you're pissed at a coworker, you can't take it out on the customer. Like, they didn't do anything fucking wrong. Maybe that's what you learn it from, but I just don't like people who are rude. Anyway, people who are irrational. This kind of goes along with the ignorance, but I mean this is, like, in a more extreme way. Like, people who will be like, oh, so-and-so's a fag, let's go, like, you know, key his car and beat him up and all that stuff. That's totally, like, what is the point of that? Why would you do that? Does it get you something that you need? Is it something, are you fighting for something, you know, positive that you believe in? No, you're just doing it because you don't like it and you're hurting someone. And that's not okay. And, like, people who, you know, like, people who are extremists, like Al-Qaeda, and people who believe in those extreme religions, even, like, the Westboro Baptist Church. they follow it blindly because someone told them to, and they don't really look at the reasons why. They just do it because they were told, and that irrationality is something that I don't really appreciate at all. I don't like people who are hypocritical. I mean, obviously everybody can be hypocritical at some times, but, like, I hate people who do it frequently. Like, my aunt, and I love my aunt. My aunt is, like, the greatest person ever, but we will be, like, getting ready to go somewhere, and I'll be ready to go, and I'll go, and she'll be like, go get in the car, and I get in the car, and then she's like, go get out and get me this thing, and I'll go in, and it'll take me a little bit to find it, because I don't know where she puts her shit. And we're already late. Like, let's say we're already 15 minutes late before she asks me to do that. We'll get in the car. We'll get to the place. She'll be like, oh, Erica couldn't find my glasses, so that's why we're late. No, it isn't. You couldn't find your glasses, and you went in there and made me go get them because you forgot them. Like, that's so hypocritical. And when she bitches at me for getting late to her house, and I'm only, like, 3 minutes late. Like, I'll be, like, 3 minutes late. She's like, you need to come here because I need your help doing this, and I'm at school. I'll leave school early, and I will go there, and I'll help her. And she's like, oh, you're late. And then when she's late to my shit, she's like, well, I had things to do and blah, blah, blah. And it's just such a like, I hate it. I can tolerate it, but it just drives me crazy. This is horrible, but I do not like my mother at all. She's horrible, and it's made me realize just because someone gave birth to you doesn't mean that they're your mother. I'm just gonna say that, I guess. Needles. I am, like, deathly afraid of needles. I've passed out. When I've had to get a shot, I will cry for hours. I will get physically sick. I will start vomiting if I have to go to the doctor or and I know I'm gonna get a shot, or the possibility. And there's actually a funny story. Last time I had to get a shot, my brother, I was like, Josh, will you please go with me? Like, I'm scared. He was like, yeah, I'll go with you. I have to get my shot anyway. And so I went in there, and I was freaking out. I was puking, and when I was in the bathroom, my brother called my boyfriend at the time. He was like, Wes, you got to get down here. She's freaking out. She's crying. And I was holding Josh's hand, and I was like, oh my God. I was, like, crying. I was throwing up. It was awful, and Wes came in, and I was just getting the shot. I had just gotten it, and Wes was like, it's okay, it's all over, and Josh just kind of went, ooh, like this, and I was like, there's another one, because I had to get 2 shots, and I was crying, and then on the way home, when Wes drove me back, I was sobbing, and there was, like, a Lenny Kravitz CD sitting in, like, the dash of the car, and he, like, turned out, and it flung, and hit me right where I got my shot, and, like, started puking in the car. It was horrible. I hate shots. I know it, and I say I hate irrationality, but I can't control it. Do you think I like throwing up all over the place and crying and looking awful and ugly and being embarrassed in front of my brother? No, I don't. Seafood. I hate seafood. No matter what it is, I will not eat it. That's a lie. I will eat tuna, but only if it's like tuna fish salad. And the reason being is because it doesn't taste like fish if you do it right, the way I do it. I cannot stand the smell of fish. I cannot stand the taste of it. I hate it. I will not eat it. That will make me throw up too. Like, people are like, oh, why don't you just try it? Maybe you like it. I try it and I puke it up. I don't know what it is. I cannot stomach it. I don't like coffee. People are going to be like, oh, you're weird, but I don't like coffee. It tastes like shit. Strawberries. They feel weird in my mouth. Like, I don't know. Like, a lot of the times, like, I won't eat applesauce or cookies or strawberries, or because the texture of it in my mouth is like, cookies feel like I'm eating dirt and I can't eat it, and applesauce just feels like grainy vomit, and I can't. And the strawberries, like, those little seeds are weird, and I can't eat them, and also I just don't like the taste. They taste funny. I don't like, last 13th thing is pointlessness. I hate doing things for no reason. Like, my aunt would have me do stuff like that all the time. She'd be like, oh, will you go organize the garage, or will you go, like, she'll see something, like, we'll be cleaning my little sister's room, or looking for something in my little sister's room, and then she'll be like, it's too dirty, we need to clean it in here. We don't need to clean it. You need to yell at her to clean it. Like, this is pointless. It took us 3 days to clean the room. That in and of itself is pointless. Like, she takes way too long to do things, and it drives me insane. And that's one of the reasons I'm so glad that I moved. I love my aunt to death, and I love my family, but I was tired of being at everyone's beck and call to go and do stuff, because it's not, I'm not, like I said, I don't like rude behavior, and she let me live there for free, and she's my aunt, and I respect her, and I'm not just going to tell her no if she needs help. Like, she's busy, and she has a lot on her plate, and I get that. But it got to the point where I was getting sicker and sicker, and I couldn't take it anymore, and I got so sick that I couldn't go to school, and she was still, she was making me do things, and I just, things that are pointless like that, like, what's the point of having me help her when it's just going to make me sick and I'm not going to be able to help her anymore, or when she could just have someone else do it, or when the thing doesn't even need to be done at all in the first place. Like, it's absolutely ridiculous. I don't know how many times I've gone to go do something, and I do it, and then within a few days she doesn't like it, and she realizes that it's dumb, and then it gets returned, or it gets taken down, or whatever she decides to do with it, and it's just so frustrating. But anyway, yeah. That's this one, and look out for another one tomorrow.